We Make is a new business on Montrose Terrace. There are 3 owners in the business, and we met 2 of them who told us about the kind of things they're making and selling. They're also going to run a series of workshops for you to go and learn how to make things too.
Most of it's wheel thrown, some of it's slab built, which is just rolling out with a rolling pin. And the wheel thrown stuff is, well, there's a lot of processes to pottery, so, the whole process takes a heck of a long time. And
how long would it take you to make one of these pieces?
Probably the whole stage to fill a kiln, fire it, to the end would be probably a couple of weeks. It's quite a long process. Because when they go in, the glazes are matte, and also, my blue glaze is purple before it goes in. So you don't really know how it's going to look until it comes out. So I'm using white earthenware, and I use that because it's white, so the aesthetic's really important for me, and it's a smooth clay. And because I throw a lot, I need it to be quite elastic. When I'm throwing, I throw quite thin. I like things to be fairly thin.
Tell me a wee bit about your granny and how she taught you.
She does very different. She does huge sculptural pieces, really imaginative sculptural pieces that are inspired by the landscape. So hers are completely different, but she also does really beautiful functional ware, porcelain and things like that, which are just absolutely beautiful. So I aspire to be that good, but it takes a long time.
And what else?
So I studied printed textiles, and I used to do a lot of kind of screen printing on fabric and make household items like cushions and lampshades. But recently I've moved away from that, and I'm doing a lot of paper stuff, so cards, prints and wrapping paper. It's just a bit of a change for me, but still using kind of a surface pattern as the kind of basis for that. I mean, it's always had a retro feel. I think it was more kind of 50s previously, and I'm kind of trying to go forward slightly and taking a bit of inspiration from kind of maybe more 1980s kind of in some of the patterns. But it's always about colour. I've actually recently just started using black, which I never used before. So some of the prints have black in them now, which is a bit of a change for me.
Yeah, so the workshops, they're going to be a mixture of workshops run by people here, Lucy and Amy, and I'll be doing some in the future hopefully, and external people as well. So we've had mosaics, we've got knitting coming up, we've got making necklaces, making lampshades, all sorts of things. So really it's just anything that can be done within this room, usually for about 7 to 8 people. So yeah, all sorts of things, and they're constantly changing what we do here.
Okay, so I started, I used to make lampshades, and people would ask, oh, how would you do that? So I thought, oh, here's an idea. I could teach people how to make a lampshade, and then it kind of spiraled from there. And I think over the last year I've maybe taught about 200 Edinburgh people to make a lampshade, and then in January this year I launched the Edinburgh Craft Club, which is my kind of workshop arm of my business, and you'll be doing everything and always coming up with new things how to make. We could do mostly kind of textile based things, so lampshades, we do macrame, do lino printing on fabric, lots of things, always coming up with new ideas.
Our website's wemakeedinburgh.co.uk, and our Instagram is wemakeedinburgh, and our Facebook is the same.